This is the answer key for problems 1 through 12 on CAMI week 6. We've already gone through the answers on problems 1 and 2 yesterday. Number 1 is E and D, and number 2, the answer is B. Let's look at 3. So Kylie gave her dog 1 and 2/3 cups of food each day. Which amounts are equivalent to 1 and 2/3? So I'm going to change 1 and 2/3 to 5/3. Might be a little easier to see that it is not 3/3, and that's equal to 2, so it's not that one. 5/4 is 1 and 1/4, and that's not the same as 1 and 2/3. This is 1/4 is less than half, 2/3 is more than 1/2, so it's not equivalent. So 5/3, and it says circle all that apply. I know this is 2.5, so that's not equivalent. And 4/6 is equal to 2/3, so F. Number 4, Yuki's town got 11/3 of an inch of rain. So I'm going to convert that. 3 goes into 11 3 times with 2 left over. So we'll just convert that to 3 and 2/3. And which is this amount as a mixed number? And so the answer on that one was D. Let's go up to number 5. I'm going to change 4/7 to 8/14 plus 3/14. The value is 11/14. So we'll look for that. There it is. Paulo had a stack of paper that was 7/10 of an inch thick. He used, so that would be subtraction, 2/3 of an inch of paper to make a flip book. How much paper does he have left? So we want to find the difference. So we're going to find a common denominator of a third, or 30, excuse me. So I'm going to multiply that by 3 to get 30. So that's 21/30. Multiply this by 10. So that's 20/30. 21 minus 20 is 1. So we'll look for 1/30 of an inch. And I'm going to find my mistake. I said 2/5 right here instead of 2/3. So I'm going to change this right here to a 5. And we'll change our common denominator to tenths. So this is going to be 7/10 minus, let's see, 2/5 would be 4/10. And when we subtract that, we get 3/10. So I hope that you noticed that when I didn't have this answer right here, then that sent me back finding an error, which I found right there. So 3/10 of an inch. Amy bought, and I'll look a little closer here, 3/4 of a pound of a bag of peanuts, so 3/4 of a pound, and she ate 1/3. So we're going to answer each of these questions, but before I even answer them, I'm going to find out how much she has left. So 3/4 minus 1/3 is, I'm going to triple that to 9/12, same as 3/4, and I'm going to quadruple this to 4/12. So if I subtract it, I get 5/12. And Abby has more than half left. 5 out of 12 is less than, so that's a no. Abby has exactly half. 5 is not exactly half of 12, so that's no. And Abby has half of a pound of peanuts left. And I'm looking for the difference between Abby has exactly half of the bag left. Oh, so this one is no. And I'm going to erase this one and think about it a little bit more carefully. So she had 3/4 of a pound, and so half of that would be, if we do, let's see, let's change this to 6/8, and half of that would be 3/8. 3/8. And she has she ate 1/3. So she did not eat half. So I'm going to say no on that as well. So she doesn't have exactly half of 3/4, because half of 3/4 is actually 3/8, which she doesn't have. She has 5/12. Those don't equal each other. All right, so that's a pretty challenging question right there. All right, here's number 8. 1 4/5 of an ounce of gold. Leroy bought 1 4/5 of an ounce of gold. He also bought 2 1/3 ounces of silver. So this is gold. This is silver. I'm going to change both of these to, well, let's just read the question first. How many total ounces did he buy? So I can add these together. So we just want to know how much metal he has. So this is 3, and I'm going to add 4/5 plus 1/3. So I'll find a common denominator of 15. I'll triple this to 12/15, and I'm going to quadruple this to 4/12. Not quadruple, excuse me, multiply it by 5. So that's going to be 5/15. So that's 17/15, which is 1 2/15. So if we combine the 3 and the 1, I should get 4 2/15 ounces. So the answer on that one was C. All right, down to problem number 9. It rained 1.4 inches on Saturday and 0.75 inches on Sunday. How much did it rain over the weekend? So Saturday and Sunday make the weekend. I'll put a 0 right there. And that is 5. Well, let me make that a little bit better. There we go. All right, 0 and 5 is 5. 4 and 7 is 11. So 2.15 inches, and that is A. For numbers 10A, B, and C, determine whether each statement is true. Okay, the absolute value of -8 is a distance from 0 and is not equal to -8, so that's false. The absolute value of -8 is 8 steps. That's true. And the absolute value of -8 is not 1/8, so that one is false. Number 11, annual rainfall in a town was 3 inches less than normal. What integer represents this situation? So the negative is the less than. So we could say a -3. So there was -3. The annual rainfall was 3 inches less than. So it's a -3. So we would use that one because of the less than. And number 12, which of the following statements is true? 5 is not greater than 7. And if we make a little number line here to kind of double check our thinking, and we'll put a 0 right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, -5, -7. So this one is true. We'll just double check the rest of them. -5 is not less than -7 because it's to the right of it. And -5 is certainly not equal to -7. Okay, so that's the answer key for problems 1 through 12.